Hello YouTube, it's Groovy, and I'm actually back and alive, although I am sick, so excuse my stuffiness. But I wanted to catch you all up on what has happened since my last video because it's been a lot. So let's get into it. So to explain my disappearance, I'm gonna roll back time to June. So that's a few months after I posted my first video on here, I believe. And I had been working really hard to get my van ready to go to a festival in June. So I had been spending all my money, all my time, all my energy. I would wake up at 6, work on my van until I had to go to work, and then work on my van until midnight to 1 a.m. And I was just doing this day after day after day. I mean, I felt guilty not working on my van for a day. I would not give myself any time. I looked really bad. But, you know, I just really wanted to get it done, and there was so much to do, so little time. So let's go back to, so the day before the festival, my van didn't start after we had changed the oil, and we had flushed the coolant in my engine twice, and it should have, you know, been fine, but then all of a sudden the car didn't start, and we tried all kinds of things, troubleshooting, and then we figured out the knock sensor was loose, so we put that back on and everything was fine. So I was like, alright, we're ready to go. We got new oil, fresh coolant, and I finally got my electrical and my plumbing working. It was awesome. We go to the festival, have a great time, no issues getting there. Halfway home, we stop to get food, and we get back in the van after we ate, and 5 minutes down the road, I start hearing a knocking, and my temperature is going way up, and I'm like, oh, not again. So we start filling the radiator with water and limping it home. And I had this issue in March, where I went on a road trip to Florida, and everything was fine, and then on my way home again, my temperature went up, I heard knocking, and had to limp it home. So the first time that happened, I thought, well, I hadn't gotten my coolant changed in a year, although that shouldn't have really mattered because I had only driven my van about 5 times in that span of time from when I got my coolant done, and it was for like 30-minute trips maximum. So I had barely driven my vehicle, and you know, I was like, you know, I should have, it's an older vehicle, I should have checked the coolant before we left. And this time I felt so good about having my coolant flushed. I mean, we had literally flushed it twice. Like, it should have been spick and span. So it was absolutely out of any kind of liquid when we got home, and it's been sitting in the driveway ever since, and I'm just thankful that it got to the driveway without having to be towed. But yeah, not good. The head gasket is needing to be replaced, and yeah, I'm having to think about taking it to a machine shop and they fix it, or find somebody who wants to put a new engine in. Yeah, that's where we're at right now. So since my van has been out of commission, it's just been sitting in my driveway since June, I wanted to catch you all up on what I've done to the interior, because I kept working on that even though I took a really long break. I had severe burnout from once we got back from the festival. I was just tired of putting all my blood, sweat, and tears into my vehicle and then it not working. So yeah, I needed some time to recover, and I didn't even work on my van at all until about a month or 2 ago. And so in that span of time, I have installed my upper kitchen cabinets and painted them. Then I sealed some gaps in my walls from where I had caulked and they were just like small gaps. And after that, I installed my water filter, which is a reverse osmosis water filter. And I love that because now I have really great drinking water whenever I want it. After that, I primed the walls and painted them. Oh, and I installed my heater, which is a just absolute blessing. It is amazing. I have done VANLIFE when it was cold before, and I hated it, and this just fixes everything. It is so nice to have a heater. I couldn't do it without it. And once that pain of installing that was over, like I said, I painted the walls, and I did like a really cool, dark, cozy, gypsy aesthetic. So I did dark purple in the kitchen against the green, and I have like a dark teal roof or a ceiling. And then in my bedroom, I did really like, I wanted to do a green black, so it looks super dark, but it's very green when the light hits it, which I love. And then I put some glitter in there, so it's a little sparkly. And I put wallpaper on my bedroom roof, and it's authentic, like, I can't remember if it's from the 60s or the 70s, but it's flocked wallpaper. If you know what that is, it's amazing. It's so velvety soft, and I love touching it. My friend and I also installed these under cabinet lights for my kitchen so I can see what I'm cooking. Right now I am working on covering up the last bit of exposed metal, pretty much the last bit, in my van. So it's this kind of shelf, but it's from where the old roof was cut out and the new roof was welded on. So my welder told me to keep those, and it just helps the van be more like stable and structurally sound because there's ribs going through it, and he like reinforced it in the back with extra steel. Anyways, I'm working on covering that with wood and making it look very nice. And after that, I have so much to do still. It's crazy. I still need to put a gray water tank under my van. I have to seal my countertops, fix a hole in the floor. There was an accidental hole, but there's so much to do, and I want to apologize because I suck at filming those things, and there's definitely a reason why. I don't know what I'm doing, A, and B, when I am doing it, I usually have help, like my mom and my granddad build things, like they help renovate houses and stuff, so they usually know what they're doing way more than I do, and I think it'd be hard to film them teaching me while I'm trying to also hold the camera and slightly help teach you. I don't think that would be very helpful, and I also wouldn't want anybody to mess up their build after something that I did, because there's plenty of things wrong in my van. So I don't know exactly what I'm going to be filming while I'm still working on my van. Maybe just some updates here and there. But obviously it's taken me a while, and most of that is because I wasn't working on my van. Like I said, I was burned out and took that break. I don't know what I'm going to do next, but I really missed making videos, and I'm glad that I now have something to share with you. And yeah, I just want the van to be up and running again. I'm so overwhelmed, but it's okay. I love my van to death, and hopefully things come together sooner rather than later. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the update, and I'll try to keep you posted more and more. I'm so bad about this, but I'll try to get better, and this time I used my real video camera. Yay! Alright, I'll leave you here. Bye guys!